Jets OTAs is underway, and in this video, I want to break down all the latest that you need to know. We heard from new Jets offensive coordinator Tanner Engstrand today, new defensive coordinator Steve Wilks today, and the media was present at practice, which means that we get a good idea of what's going on at OTAs for these New York Jets. I'm really excited to break it all down in this video right here on Jets Media. If you're new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button, baby, as we are doing this all throughout the offseason. If you enjoy this video, hit the like button and comment your thoughts of your biggest takeaways from the New York Jets at OTAs so far. I'm really excited to dive deep into this New York Jets football team at OTAs. Let's get into it. Want to remind everybody that Jets Media Day 2025 tickets are officially available. We're doing it for the home opener, baby. Week number 1 of the season. Those tickets are down below in the description if you guys want to check them out. Really excited to be at the home opener this year, and you guys get all the things you need for a ultimate Jets game day experience. So now let's get into what happened at OTAs. I first want to talk about the interviews of the coordinators of the New York Jets, starting off with Steve Wilks. And I think Steve Wilks had something very interesting to say. He said something along the lines of that they're building a scheme that is kind of fresh and new, right? I think a lot of Jets fans are looking at the scheme that Steve Wilks has done throughout his entire career as a coach. We looked at Aaron Glenn's scheme over there in Detroit, and it seems like what Aaron Glenn and Steve Wilks are doing is they're constructing a brand new playbook that is going to fit this Jets roster, and that's fantastic, right? You want to maximize the strengths of this Jets roster, and something that stood out to me in the interview is Rich Cimini of ESPN asked Steve Wilks, well, Sauce Gardner's usually a zone corner with Robert Saleh, since you're going to be a man type of defense. And then he immediately was like, how do you know we're going to be man? Right? He immediately was like, well, what makes you assume we're going into man coverage? So that right there, and then Rich Cimini backtracked, like, well, you were a blitz heavy guy and Aaron Glenn does man. And right away, that told me that maybe the Jets are not going strictly man. Maybe that there's going to be a hybrid of a zone man scheme. We don't know what it's going to be, and I'm really excited about that. And I think that's really interesting. Steve Wilks is a veteran in this league at the coaching position. Aaron Glenn is somebody that is impacting this team in the building, something that Steve Wilks said that really moved me. So that is definitely something I noticed. My biggest takeaway from the Steve Wilks interview is that they're trying to build a brand new system that fits this New York Jets roster, because we've got a lot of talent with Jamie Sherwood, Sauce Gardner, Quinnen Williams, Will McDonald. I mean, I don't need to list all the guys on this defense. We got the talent for it, and I'm excited to see what the scheme looks like. Now, talking about Tanner Engstrand, the new Jets offensive coordinator, this was really exciting for me. I'm really intrigued about what he's about, what his energy is like. Based off that interview, I definitely came away impressed with Tanner Engstrand, just from the perspective of his energy, his knowledge, and his confidence in himself, because this is his first time ever being an offensive coordinator in the NFL, and you got to be able to have confidence in order to execute at the highest level. And he talked about his time over in Detroit, and his role in Detroit under Dan Campbell and Ben Johnson was the game plan, the pass game, right? He was the pass game coordinator, so that's obviously what he was going to do. And I feel like now that he's coming from a system that was catered around Jared Goff and being a pocket passer, now transitioning with Justin Fields, who's a mobile quarterback. He had a lot of glowing things to say about him, and he was raving about Garrett Wilson, how he's excited to get him the ball, and Breece Hall and all the guys. I think that Tanner Engstrand has a really good opportunity here to build a system all the way around Justin Fields, and I think that it's going to be really fun. And I think that my biggest takeaway from that interview is that he kind of fits the bill of a new upcoming young offensive coordinator. You're seeing a lot of clips of him on the practice field, providing a lot of energy. So I'm excited to see what Tanner Engstrand looks like with the New York Jets in the first year here. Now let's get into what happened on the practice field today at OTAs. We got Justin Fields out there getting some drills and getting in some rhythm, and it's just really exciting to watch Justin Fields go out there and see what he looks like with the New York Jets in the Jets uniform, rocking number 7, doing some drills here. But I feel like the biggest takeaway I'm getting from OTAs based off the beat reporters that are there is that he's looking impressive. I mean, he's definitely somebody that, beat reporters that are seeing him at OTAs are coming away more impressed rather than concerned. I'm not there, so I cannot give you guys my opinion. We're basing this off of the guys that are at practice. So Nick Faria, who's a great beat reporter of Jet X Factor, he was there, and he said that Justin Fields is doing pretty well against pressure. He did have some moments where he holds on the ball a tad long in his opinion, but he's had a really strong practice with rushers in his face, and I think that's something we're all going to be looking at Justin Fields. If you look at what he struggled in Chicago and even in Pittsburgh at times, is he holds the ball a little bit too long and then gets sacked because of it. And that's really what it comes to processing the field, making quick decisions. That's what makes you an elite level quarterback. Can you make the right decisions in a quick time? And that's something that we're going to be seeing Justin Fields improve on throughout the, offseason into the regular season. He did have a pretty nice throw under pressure to Garrett Wilson on the run. I think it was like a 20, 30-yard pass on the run, and that's going to be exciting to see. Justin Fields, we don't have a video of that just yet, but I can tell you right now, based off the tweet that we're getting here from Nick Faria, that's going to be a highlight that the Jets social media team is going to release and going to fire up some people, right? And then here's Rich Cimini talking about the first series, perhaps a sneak preview of the Jets offense. Fields with a couple of keepers, including a long run. Get used to that. Justin Fields is going to be running the ball a lot as the quarterback for this Jets football team, something this Jets fan base is not used to. I mean, we're not. I'm not used to having a mobile quarterback. It's going to be exciting. He threw a completion to Garrett Wilson short and one to Breece Hall with the diving catch. Breece Hall is going to get utilized a lot in this offense out of the passing game. You look at how Tanner Engstrand and Ben Johnson utilize the running backs out of the passing game in Detroit. Definitely expect that coming here with the New York Jets. Now, this one was interesting. Nick Faria said that Arian Smith is getting open on almost every single route, needs to put the pads on for him, but the Jets look like they got something here. Now, the reason why he mentioned the no pads, definitely that is a good reminder that in OTAs there's no pads. These guys are just running out there with just jerseys and shorts and helmets, so there's no real contact, and that's really going to see, can Arian Smith absorb contact and get open with the physicality in the NFL. But as of right now, so far, early on, the guy is a burner. He beat Azareye'h Thomas on a goal ball. And I think that Arian Smith showing some sparks early on in OTAs is a positive sign. We all know the concerns is drops. Is he going to be able to go out there and execute in terms of catching the football? That's what we're all waiting to see. But so far, hey, Arian Smith is making his presence be felt early on in OTAs, which is definitely a positive. Now, getting into the kicking side of things, this is interesting. The Jets move on from Greg Zuerlein, so we got an open kicking competition right now between Caden Davis and Carlson. So far, Caden Davis is looking really good. He was perfect on his field goals, 100%. With plenty of distance, while Carlson's had one block. So that's definitely something to keep in mind, the kicking battle between the New York Jets. Two kickers that they have under their roster, so that's definitely something to keep in mind. The Jets are going young, not only at the quarterback spot and everywhere else, but the kicking position is going to be young and open competition. Same thing with the punters. So I feel like you look at what this Jets team has done so far at OTAs, it's all about establishing an identity. It's all about establishing a culture, and I feel like Aaron Glenn has done a pretty good job so far. And you talk about a presence of a head coach. I really do feel like he's been doing a great job thus far, and only time will tell, man. I cannot wait for training camp to see what this team looks like with my own eyes. So that's really my breakdown of OTAs. You guys let me know down below in the comment section if I missed anything. Shout out to the beat reporters that are there in attendance, seeing everything with their own eyes, and shout out to the Jets social media team for providing all the content, because us Jets fans are starving for it, and I love providing it for you guys right here. So don't forget to hit the like button, folks, if you enjoyed. Hit the subscribe button, baby, and let's go Jets. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out, folks.